Hi, today we are going to see the 99th Sthothram. Uttaarano Dushkritihaa punyo duhsvapnanaasanah Veerahaa Rakshanah santo Jeevanah Paryavasthitah. Uttaarana. Uttaarana means Uttaram means top. Uttaarana means one who helps us to reach the top. That means the Bhagavan has the power who takes all the beings over to the other shore of the ocean of samsara. Samsara means this world. So this world, we are here as per the Bhagavan's creation. So once our duty is done and we follow dharma properly, then Bhagavan takes us to the other shore of the ocean of samsara. That means Bhagavan lived out of this ocean. That means Bhagavan will identify the being who is following the dharma, which we use three things: body, mind and intellect. So when the world of matter around us changes, we also change. What happens when all other environment or surrounding changes? When we change, we are going to the mortal finitude and the horrible sorrow comes. But what Bhagavan wants us to do is, even when the surrounding changes, even when the environment changes, it is better for us to stand firmly and never change. So when we do not change according to that, so we get the immortal infinitude. So we are lifting our attention from changes. So Bhagavan help us to do that, to give us enough strength to stand on our theory or rules of dharma, even when the finite matter changes. So those are all temporary. The only permanent thing is the soul inside us. So after the time goes by, that consciousness, Bhagavan will illuminate all the changes in the living creatures. So we will be uplifted into a state of immortality when we always follow the dharma. So that state where we are uplifted is the state of changeless, blissful and supremely satisfying. So we all are aiming to that state. So Bhagavan is the only power who can uplift us to that state. So Bhagavan is the only, Narayana is the only Tara Mantram. That is the only sloka or the way which will lift us from the sense living to the serene of the Bhagavan's place where there is peace and perfection. That's why Bhagavan is called uplifter or savior. Next one is Dushkritihaa. Dushkriti. Dush means bad. Kriti means action. Ha means the destroyer. So Dushkritihaa means the power which destroys the bad action. That means these actions are taken. These bad actions come by a being when he is prompted by senses desire. That means when these desire leave impression on us, they will create vasana. That vasana is a tendency to repeat the similar action again and again. So that's how this bad actions or dush is happening in the world. When we keep on parayanam about Bhagavan or keep on telling sloka, what happens at that moment? Our mind is turned to Bhagavan, Narayana self. At that time, these vasanas and all get destroyed by Bhagavan. And since Bhagavan is the destroyer of the sins, he is called Dushkritihaa. And Bhagavan also effaces the evil effects of evil actions. Or Bhagavan has the power to destroy those who perform evil. That's why he takes avatarams to protect the dharma. Next one is Punyah. Punyah means Bhagavan is supremely pure. That pure is called Punyah. And Bhagavan bestows holiness on those who remember and adore Bhagavan. So when a devotee is remembering Bhagavan, Bhagavan purifies the heart of the devotee by removing the sense-hunting vasana of indulgence. Through these vasanas, all the bad actions happen. So Bhagavan will purify the heart by removing the sense-hunting vasana. Like that, Bhagavan is guiding the pure-hearted devotee to the portal to find the devotee's goal and reach the higher consciousness, where he can find the bliss and peace of mind. Next one is Duh-svapna-naasanah. Du means bad. Swapna means dream. Naasana means destroy. So Bhagavan has the power to destroy the bad dreams. So when a devotee is adoring Bhagavan or meditated Bhagavan, Bhagavan will come and save him from the dreams which is foreboding danger to him. So it is said that Bhagavan has the power to destroy the bad dreams. The worst dream is about the samsara, because this world which will make us stay here and do the actions which will prohibit from going through the dharma. So that perception of the horrible dreams, it is of three things. One is terrible pangs, or consuming fear, or drowning sorrow. When we have all these three, any one of these three things, we will have terrible dreams. So they are terrible pangs, or consuming fear, or drowning sorrows. So these dreams are actually, those are the explosions that is coming from our suppression, which is stored for a very long time in our subconscious mind. So what happens when a real devotee utter Bhagavan's namam, he is surrendered to Lord. So at that time, the devotee's life is centered in Lord Smarana. So we keep remembering of Bhagavan. So what happens in total, in that humble dedication, there is no chance of earning any suppression. So the devotee's subconscious mind is not loaded with any half-digested thoughts or unexpressed intentions. So what happens, the devotee does not have any repressed desire, or he will not have any suppressed motive, and he will not be inclined to any maya, or he will not have any passion. So when these stages are passed by a real devotee, he will not have any fearful dream in daily sleep. So that's why the seeker who is reciting namams will rise above the ego and hunger of all these desires, and they will enter the plane of Narayana consciousness. That's why they will not have any bad dreams. That's why Bhagavan is called Duh-svapna-naasanah. Next one is Veerahaa. Veerahaa means Bhagavan is Veerahaa. Ha means giving or saving. Veera means free from any bondage, who has the power to do that. So Veerahaa means Bhagavan has the power to free the Jeevatma or the body from the bondage that we have in the earth, and saving the soul from various transmigratory paths. That means getting punarjanma by bestowing the liberation to them and giving moksha. That means Bhagavan ends the passage of the soul from womb to womb. That means Bhagavan will destroy the punarjanma, or he will stop the wheel of birth and death by giving the moksha and taken to the Vaikuntha. So that Bhagavan's diverse ways or innumerable functions in a countless way to save the soul from the samsara is called Veerahaa. And Bhagavan has the power to make sure who is desirable or who is actually earning the moksha. It is not as what we think. It is Bhagavan's judgment to give moksha to particular soul. So it depends on how much dharma that we do, how much good things that we do, how much parayanam we do, how much we elevate our soul from the normal thing. That means even when we do a lot of small mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, once we say namams, Bhagavan is forgiving us. So that means we should have a mind to tell the nam. Next one is Rakshanah. Rakshanah means, Raksha means save. Rakshana means Bhagavan who has the power to protect. So Bhagavan is assuming that even when all the three gunas are made, only the sattva guna has the power to save others. So Bhagavan is protecting all the three worlds. So Bhagavan is the protector of universe. So we have the Trinity. Trinity means three. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Brahma is creator by the Bhagavan Vishnu, and Bhagavan is the protector or the sustainer of all the creations. And when it is time for the cosmic dissolution, Shiva Bhagavan is doing the destruction. So Bhagavan is protecting and sustaining of all the created. So he is the protector of good, and he is the destructor of the wicked people who is not following the dharma. So he makes sure he establishes the righteousness by taking different incarnation when required. Next one is Santah. Santah means the Bhagavan, he is blessing those who are adopting the virtuous path, or those are called Shanta. Shanta means the good people. So Bhagavan is given importance to the people who is following mortal virtues, or ethical values or spiritual purity or scriptural knowledge. Any one of this, or not, even if we don't do anything, when we dedicate us for 5 minutes by saying Nama, Bhagavan is taking that as a positive thing, accepting it. So the holy beauty of Lord can be found to those devotees who is remembering the Bhagavan. And he is expressing the glory of good and saint men. So Bhagavan is helping others through these good sattvika people who is following the dharma. Next one is Jeevanah. Jiva means life. Jeevanah means supporter of life. So Bhagavan supports the lives of all beings as prana. Prana is the Jeevan or the life. That's why we say that if the prana is not there for the body, then the body is no life. So the prana will make sure the body is alive or not. So that prana is Bhagavan residing inside us. So the spark which shows that we have life in our body is the Jeevanah. That Jeevan is given to all creatures by the soul inside. Though it shows the flame of existence, or it is giving the organism to life, or it presides the consciousness. The soul is giving the body the meaning. So in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan is telling that to Arjuna that per meeting earth, Bhagavan support all being by energy, and having become juicy moon, Bhagavan nourish all the herbs. That's because Bhagavan is the moon as well as the sun. Sun is supporting all the life on the earth by giving all its energy, and the moon is nourishing all the herbs by giving the glory. So every life is have the jiva or prana because of the Bhagavan. That's why he is called Jeevanah. Next one is Paryavasthitah. Avastha means the condition. Paryavasthitah means the Bhagavan is pervading everywhere, and he will be pervading in future in this universe. That means Bhagavan dwells in all places, in all creatures. So the final factor is the Bhagavan. So there is a divine beyond which there is nothing. Beyond the Bhagavan there is nothing. And upon which everything else is depending. So we all depend on Bhagavan, and beyond the Bhagavan there is nothing to reach. The only maximum point that we have to reach is the Vaikuntha. That's why it's called Paryavasthitah. There is no avastha or no place other than Bhagavan. So we are seeing the names: Uttaaranah, Dushkritihaa, Punyah, Duh-svapna-naasanah, Veerahaa, Rakshanah, Santah, Jeevanah, Paryavasthitah. So we will be reaching the 931st Namam of Bhagavan. Uttaarano Dushkritihaa, punyo duhsvapnanaasanah, Veerahaa Rakshanah santo, Jeevanah Paryavasthitah.